when the profile occurred that was the Minnesota Republican congressional delegation basically all endorsed Trump yesterday. They used very specific language, which is this is clearly what the entire narrative is going to be for the election cycle. And that is, this is the term they used for Minnesota. Every county's a border county. They can't get anything to stick with the Hunter Biden thing. I mean, that's imploding in front of them as they speak. So this is the border now is the 2024 issue that they're going to just push down everything. It's the only thing we're about to hear for the next 11 months, correct?
I mean, it looks like it. They refuse to do anything. Of course, Democrats tried to put together a package. We've been doing it for years. They rejected a package that 68 senators voted for. The Republican House rejected it in about 2014, 2015. It had everything from more enforcement to penalties for those who came into the country without papers, and also provided a path to citizenship. It did everything that everybody wanted. So, of course, Republicans didn't vote for it. Now, even one of them, Troy Nehls, is that his name?
Yeah.
One of the idiots, I think he's from Texas, was like, I'm not going to do anything to help Biden's approval rating. I mean, the problem with these people is they're so stupid that they say the stuff out loud you're not supposed to say. You're supposed to be like, that was a terrible bill. He just is like, I don't want to help Biden win. I want to bring back the guy with the 91 indictments, who's a judge is called a rapist, who has, numerous, has stole national security secrets and is being tried for that, who has been kicked off of 2 state ballots for being a seditionist. That's the guy. That's our guy. I mean, the Hunter Biden thing always has been a big joke. They've tried to essentially create enough muddiness that people wouldn't be able to see it. The difference, and people can see the difference, because whatever Hunter Biden did, let me talk to you about Roger Clinton and Neil Bush and Billy Carter. And I mean, this is, as I've said before, Meghan McCain definitely got the gig on The View based upon her deep insight about politics. It's ludicrous. And so did Hunter Biden benefit from his dad? Yes. Welcome to America. Joe Biden didn't do anything wrong. And the great part is they tried to push China. And now, of course, this House Democratic report came out today showing that Donald Trump made over $1 million from China. He had a Chinese bank account. We know that Ivanka Trump got 41 different trademarks from China. We know that Trump had all of his products made in China, and they paid over $1 million to his various businesses. So if anybody's in bed with China, it's him, although they'd have to share a place in that bed. It's a very busy bed, kind of like the Moscow Hilton, if you will. You let MBS from Saudi Arabia in that bed. You got to let Vladimir Putin in that bed. You got to let Erdogan of Turkey in that bed. It is a bed. It's a bed you don't want to be bedridden in, because, oh my, it is a gross collection of dictatorial. Well, I'd use a word, but I can't because you're on.
We're on it.
Monitored by the government, so
we love
I'll just say jerks,
jackasses. We'll go with that.
Okay.
7.8, by the way, going back to the story you mentioned that just broke from the Times earlier today, $7.8 million Trump got definitively from foreign countries while president, $7.8 million. This is the exact same thing they've been desperately trying to to pin onto Biden. They can't find a damn thing that he's done wrong, but they have definitive proof that Trump got $7.8 million. This is why I think they've got to go to the border issue, because
they do, of course.
That's just the garbage now. The Hunter Biden is just it's looking like a bigger and bigger joke every day.
I mean, remember, according to James Matlock Comer, he found that Joe Biden had actually given a loan to his brother, which we all know is very illegal. Nobody gives loans to family members ever.
Hate them all.
I mean, they're so. The thing is, they're so sad, they're so pathetic, they're so dishonest, they're so treasonous, they're so gauche and disgusting, the whole lot of them, that, if we had a functioning media and they'd be laughed out of office and people would sort of say, this is ludicrous, right? I mean, the fact, sorry, somebody texting me, thanks. That these guys are actually in positions of power. I mean, you out there watching or listening to this, don't ever get imposter syndrome again. Because if James Comer and Jim Jordan and Marjorie Taylor Greene and people like that can actually sit in seats and ask people real questions, they're not qualified to. I mean, they're not qualified to be sitting asking fourth graders questions, much less anybody about any legal matter. And I mean, I don't know. I could just go on. My contempt for them has no boundaries. They are just the worst of the worst human beings.